Who doesn't love meatballs?
I mean, I love meatballs. I love these meatballs.
They're delicious. And my family particularly loves these pesto meatballs.
Erika's mum makes them
Anytime
for
there's
her
a
niece and nephew all the time.
Anytime we're all coming over for dinner, she knows this is something we can eat and that's something everyone else loves as well.
Yeah.
So this is her go-to meal.
Definitely a winner with Erika's family. And we've made it for my family, and my mum has actually made them as well.
I know. So there you go. You've got to try this recipe. And it's pretty easy, I think. And there's a couple of steps to it, but it's a good family dinner. So let's get started.
So we've got 250 grams of ground pork or pork mince and ground beef. That's about half a pound in the US.
Half a pound each, so 250
Correct.
each, so 500 total. And then we're just going to put all the ingredients in here and then we'll mix it up and make the meatballs. So we've got a quarter cup of grated Parmesan cheese, a quarter of a cup of almond meal, so that's kind of replacing, I guess, the breadcrumbs you might normally have in a meatball to keep it kind of a bit soft. We've got 1 egg, and we've got a quarter of a cup of basil pesto that we've just made. So we've got a video on how to make that, so
we'll
definitely check that out because it's very easy to make and it's an awesome thing to have around, not just for these meatballs, but just to put on everything.
Scrambled eggs if you watch the video.
Okay, so we also are just going to put some salt and pepper, but yeah, start stirring that if you want, Dan. Now you are going to have to get your hands dirty because you've got to make meatballs.
I would normally just mix this with my hands.
So you just want to mix it really well, make sure everything's all combined. You can use your hands if you think that's easier, Dan. Dan's jobs in this kitchen,
are the messy
just the
ones.
ones that I don't like doing, is rolling meatballs and grating cheese. So that's her area of expertise. So
Yeah, the shit jobs, I'm really good at them.
it's really good to give it a good mix together to make sure it's all thoroughly combined. You want all the mince and everything all in, you know, a uniform. And then we're going to roll it into about 20 golf ball sized meatballs. So after we make the meatballs, we are going to fry them off on the stove top first in some olive oil just to brown them, and then we're going to make a sauce in here and then finish them off in the oven. So we're using this, it's like an enamel cast iron dish which is oven safe and can go on the stove top. So that's if you've got an oven safe fry pan or something with some sides on it, that's a good option. If not, you can just cook them off in a fry pan and then put them into a baking dish and put the sauce over and put it into the oven that way.
We have the oven preheating at 200 degrees Celsius, which is
390, 400 Fahrenheit. Yeah. So we've got all of our meatballs here. Oven safe dish is heating up with a bit of olive oil in it, and we're just going to pop in the meatballs and brown them up on both sides.
Do you normally fry them all at once?
Well, it depends on the size of your pan. You might need to do 2 batches. I'll see how I go. I reckon I'll be able to.
I reckon it looks like you'll
I reckon I can get them in. But you don't want them too crammed in. You want to make sure they've got a little bit of room between. So we'll see how we go. This is quite a big base on it.
It does,
so
yeah.
Hopefully we can get them all in.
Oh, I reckon you're not gonna batch cook one. Get them in.
I'll save that one for next time.
Perfect. Just.
So now we just want to cook them for about 7 or 8 minutes, or until they're kind of browned on both sides. It doesn't matter if they're not completely cooked through, because we are going to be cooking them in the oven as well. Our meatballs have been cooking for, I don't know how long, about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we've just got them golden brown on both sides, and we're just going to take them out now and make the sauce. So you definitely want to leave all this goodness in the pan.
Yum.
So we have got 2 cups of passata.
Going crazy.
And we've got a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of oregano we're just going to add in. And some salt and pepper. And then we're just going to give that a stir and let it simmer away for just 2 to 3 minutes to kind of come together. And then we will add our meatballs back in. So you kind of want to scrape the bits off the bottom as well because they're yummy.
So is that kind of the sauce deglazes it a little bit?
I guess.
Yeah.
So we'll just give it a stir and then we'll bring it to a simmer for a couple of minutes and then we'll pop our meatballs back in. Okay, so that's been simmering away for a little while.
So we just pop them back in?
We're just going to pop our meatballs back in.
Oh, that was smooth.
And just, I like to get them like a little bit coated in the sauce. And then we're going to pop our cheese on the top and then pop them in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. So you just want them to get the cheese all melted and golden brown and the meatballs to be
cooked through.
Yep. So that's looking delicious. I just want to spread them out a bit. Smells delicious in here. We're using just a combination of mozzarella and cheddar cheese because that's what we had. I'll just sprinkle that all over the top and then pop it straight into the oven.
And it goes in the oven for about 15-20 minutes, like Erika said, till it's kind of golden brown. Oh yes, that looks so good.
20 minutes in the oven. It smells like a pizzeria or something in here. I don't know. It smells amazing, but it looks really delicious. Are you going to try it out? Let it cool down.
Am I going to eat a meatball?
Well, just eat a little bit of it. Don't eat a whole one.
We got 22 out of the...
Well, that's what the recipe says.
Yeah, I know.
By the way, all the details of how to make this, the recipe's in the description
I'm worried that it's
below,
going to be too
so
hot.
definitely check that out. Sorry, it's probably a bit hot.
It was a little bit hot, but I love these meatballs. They're so full of flavour. They're not dry. And the tomato, the cheese.
Yeah. We love to serve them at the table with a bit of extra pesto drizzled on the top, just for a bit of extra freshness.
And
maybe
some parmesan.
Yeah, as we said, you could serve them with zoodles, or we even just sometimes have them with like steamed broccoli on the side,
spinach,
cognac noodles, cauliflower rice, or just by themselves.
You don't miss the pasta at all. I don't.
Definitely give this recipe a try. It is a family-friendly winner, I think.
Yeah, kids love it. Non-keto people love it. We love it.
Try it!
If you like this video, guys, make sure you give it a thumbs up.
We would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel. We've got loads more recipe videos coming out, as well as our keto travels, so you definitely want to follow along. Thanks so much.
Bye.